Carr throwing back shoulder. Edwards goes up and makes the catch. Touchdown Raiders. They cap off a long drive and get in the end zone on their first one of the night.
We often like to think that it's all about scheme in the red zone. I'm a firm believer it's all about playmakers making plays. You get one-on-one situations, you got to go up and make that play. Great throw on the back shoulder by Derek Carr. And great hands to snatch it and get his feet down by Bryan Edwards.
Re-enters for Las Vegas. Carr to the end zone. Edwards back shoulder. And the rookie hauls it in. Touchdown.
Great job by Edwards catching this football as opposed to trying to get it into his body. Derek Carr put it on the back shoulder. Once the defensive back, Pernell Motley, turns his head, he's at the whims of whatever the receiver does. Great hands catch, gets both feet down, controls it to the ground. It's a touchdown, Raiders.
First career touchdown catch for the top receiver in South Carolina history and the rookie third-round selection.
Deep downfield, that is caught, and taking it to the end zone is Bryan Edwards. Touchdown. So the Raiders, a mighty struggle in the first half, come flying out of the box and go 75 yards in just a couple of minutes.
So look at what they did here, Al. So they flanked Waller out wide like we were talking about. And what did it do? Now you're going to open up the middle
from the 1 yard line. As Carr throws to the end zone. Touchdown! Bryan Edwards. Bryan Edwards having a whale of a series. He's going to motion in and get that touchdown. This series was all about him. He got the deep over.
Second and goal. Carr, pump, throw, touchdown! A strike to Bryan Edwards. On a flag down.
Alan Humphrey sitting up there. 3rd and 4. See if it's 3rd and Renfro. Throwing that way, and it is Edwards. Touchdown! Got it! What a great play. And that's the ball game. Bryan Edwards got there to the end zone. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
The previous play of the touchdown is under further review. The game is not over. The game is not over. The game is not over. Previous play is under further review.
John team now from the 20-yard line in a tie game. Protection holds up. Carr launches. Caught! Over the shoulder, Bryan Edwards. Mr. Clutch for Las Vegas.
And he broke through double coverage, but they found the guy that you would want in coverage, and that's Brandon Jones. A hands up.
On 3rd and 6, and move it back to the 21. Ball has time, and the secondary is doing its work, and then he throws, and it's caught on the run, and that's Edwards again. Into Charger territory. So Carr out of the pocket, buying time. Keeps looking downfield, finds his man 30 yards.
What a play by Derek Carr. Here comes the double team down here on Renfro. And so despite the fact that's where Carr wanted to go, not there, didn't like it, scramble out. Bosa with that inside rush, giving Carr a chance. And then Bryan Edwards. The double team has been just like that all night long. And so really it is up to
3rd and 6. Carr looking for Edwards. One-handed catch down the sideline. Edwards shoved out of bounds by Simmons. What a grab by Bryan Edwards. Big plays in the passing game. We've seen the ball up in the air. We've seen the Raiders come down with the nets 3 times where you've had balls that...
2nd and 10. Packers are in business at the Miami 20.
Bryan, a quarterback who's known to move and have mobility, might have run on that play because of the gap that opened. But Derek Carr moves to find guys open downfield and delivers. Kept it alive, saw Bryan Edwards had the step, and perfectly placed 6.
From the 40. Down the middle, he's got Edwards. And look at Edwards. Wiggle past a couple of defenders and pick up a lot of yardage after the catch.
Well, you'll see the play action vacates the middle, and then Edwards gets in there and a strike by Carr. And that's where
Here's their field goal range. The 25-yard line. Carr wants more, though. Strokes it in the middle, and it's caught big here. Bryan Edwards, who gets up. Jesse Bates laid him out legally with no flag thrown, but to the 9-yard line. It's 1st and goal for Las Vegas.
Man, that's playoff football right there. Catching the ball, knowing you're going to get hit. Really nice job by Jesse Bates.
This defensive line looks totally different now with Chris Jones back inside. All those elements are really working.
Second and 9, off play action. Over the middle, getting free. Big gain, Bryan Edwards, who scored that touchdown. And another chunk play for them as Edwards takes it out toward midfield. And a gain of 24 for him.
Yeah, and Edwards is playing well, but little tip of the cap to Zay Jones, because now they're using their speed not to get deep, but to clear zone.
He kind of runs a little violent when he runs.
Wide open, taking it inside the 10 is Bryan Edwards.
You saw the same type of play with Foster Moreau early in the first half. This time they used the wide receiver Bryan Edwards. Always
this together at the same time, hopefully for the home opener come next season.
Tough decision, but you got to respect it.
Off the play fake, here's Carr to throw. Good time, excellent protection. Able to complete to Bryan Edwards and across midfield.
Great protection in the pocket. This big offensive line, you give Derek Carr this much time to sit in there, and then wait for that hole to come open. That's as easy as it gets.
Gain of 22 on the play.
Working from the gun. Carr fires. Everything is under control, and he hits Bryan Edwards, who's still going. Edwards weaving through traffic. 23-yard catch and run, eventually brought down by the rookie from Miami, Jalen Phillips.
That was an example of Bryan Edwards understanding exactly who he is. He's 6'3", 212. You're a big receiver, be a big receiver. Run right through those attempted tackles and then take it upfield vertically for big.
One for the books. Carr's going to look downfield in a throw, and that's going to be at the 42-yard line. Bryan Edwards holding that baby in. 17-yard pickup.
Yeah, I think the Chargers were playing the run on that, and they're not typically in that kind of mode.
45.
Parker a block, Young a block, time for Carr. Downfield he goes, and he's got his receiver, the rookie Bryan Edwards. He's been injured and out with an ankle, catches that one, 15-yard pickup down to the 32 of Denver, his 6th reception of the season. Bessie was there.
Well, he hasn't been very heavily involved in the offense, as you said, just his 6th reception on the season, but comes up with a big catch there.
Player down. Carr zips it complete. It is Edwards who makes the catch in stride out across the 30. And that'll be close to a first down, should be enough, and it is.
And now you can go up tempo, right? Now you can go up tempo.
Into the hands of Franco Harris. 13-7 win for the Steelers. 1st and 10, Carr uncorks it to Bryan Edwards. So a first down.
To set up the field goal. Here's Carr throwing. And it is Edwards again.
got the first down, gain of 11.
You mentioned it, Lewis, in that last drive. Bryan Edwards starting to heat up, and we talked to Derek Carr. He wanted to feature this kid. You know, everybody's expecting Henry Ruggs to be the guy. And Edwards was drafted in the 3rd round, Ruggs in the 1st, and that's natural.
Line. The Raiders take over there in the waning seconds of the quarter. Carr fires, caught, and then it's Bryan Edwards fighting his way, still on his feet, and finally stopped at the 23-yard line. Gain of 20
for Las Vegas. Here's their 10th pass, and it's complete on the money to Bryan Edwards. Ronald Darby had the coverage and the tackle, but it's good for a Las Vegas first down.
You know, you've got the Raiders pinned back. If you're the Denver Broncos front 7, you're thinking, we got to get up and stop the run. Get up, stop the run. You allow that play action pass right to those.
Juggled a bit and caught. It's Bryan Edwards, had the earlier big game for 22. This is good for 20.
But Derek Carr recognized he had Bryan Edwards.
Again, the Ravens rush just 3. Carr loads up and fires. It's Edwards again. All of a sudden, Edwards is the go-to.
Huge play on special teams. Pittsburgh looking for something to galvanize them. Meanwhile, the Raiders just keep on chugging. Bryan Edwards slips through a tackle and has a first down for Las Vegas.
It's so consistent. 3rd and 5. Blocked by Hudson. Downfield they go. Caught by the sliding Edwards near the 30. Has the first down. Found a gap. Gains 15 on 3rd and 5. Raiders move the chains.
I'm going to be honest with you, Kevin. I thought this was an overthrow. I thought he was...
Cowboys blitzing. Carr unloads. Got the first down to the 35. Bryan Edwards keeps the drive moving for Las Vegas.
Big time pressure.
7 yards of offense against Denver in that 22-9 win. Carr throws on the move, snagged by Edwards. And that's a first down for the Raiders. They allowed 404 to Denver, but they came for the Raiders.
Book about yours. Not a lot like having a father-son relationship. Greatest gifts I've ever received.
One of the least penalized teams in the NFL. They cost themselves 36 yards there. This is Bryan Edwards, only his 2nd catch of the year. Gets back a chunk of it to midfield, but they're going to have to punt.
Interception. They start from the 4-yard line, and this pass is caught out across the 20 for a first down by Bryan Edwards.
Point towards that, how they would handle it as a team. Carr sets and throws, and he tosses it underneath to Bryan Edwards. And part of it because of
Ravens, who blitz more than anyone else, only rush 3. And that's Bryan Edwards on the receiving end.
Saw it last week in Dallas. They missed a shot there.
Kenyon Drake replaces Jacobs. They fake it to him. They're going to throw it quickly on the outside. And there's Ed.
Acting as a walk around. Ingram was very active last week. Carr steps up, throws on the move, and hits Bryan Edwards. The start was the problem. Bryan Edwards with his first catch of the day. Working that sideline for 6.
To the outside they go here. To the 21-yard line, Bryan Edwards makes his 2nd grab of the night. Michael Davis.
When he gets to that backfield.
2nd and 10. This pass is Bryan Edwards going down incomplete. So Edwards couldn't scoop it from Eli Apple. He disagrees and wants him to go replay.
The rookie Bryan Edwards comes into the game, lines up behind Carr. He swings out. Carr will feed it to him. First catch in 4 games for Edwards. And a first down in the Dolphins' territory. So guys, they did some good things early on this season. But he missed most of October with an ankle injury.
Carr, 3-man rush, steps up, dumps it off over the middle. It is caught by Edwards. 11 rushes, only 20 yards. To the air they go again. And free over the middle. And a nice game here for Bryan Edwards.
First down and 10 at the 19-yard line for Carr and the Raiders. Swing pass caught by Edwards. And he's brought down across the 30.
Shot in the midfield. Carr throws it back the other way.